I worked for a major pharmaceutical company. They're the largest in the world. I was in charge of doing my own hiring and recruiting. I live in New Jersey. New Jersey has more colleges and universities per capita than I believe any other state in the country. So I never had a problem finding students to interview. And my good friend said to me, "Hey, have you ever thought about interviewing at Grove City College?" And I said, "By the way, where is it?" And he says, "Well, it's in Grove City, PA." I said, "Well, how far is it from here?" Because I thought maybe I'd give it a shot. He says, "Well, it's about 5.5 hours." I said, "There's no way I'm going to drive 5.5 hours to a college that I've never heard of when I have a dozen colleges I could hit with a stone from where I live."
At Grove City College, I learned to fine-tune relationship building. I learned how to interact with professionals. I learned how to interact with people who are in higher positions, potential career leads.
I would say one of the biggest things is just maturity. When you come in as a freshman, obviously, the whole world is at your fingertips. You can do so many different things. It becomes the time of what kind of man am I going to be.
I'm really excited about the opportunity of figuring out where I want to be in 10 to 15 years.
Academically, I feel incredibly well prepared moving into my job and moving into a variety of different fields.
We have the opportunity to see students beginning in their freshman year all the way through their senior year and then beyond. It's amazing in God's providence to see how He puts those pieces together and then having just phenomenal opportunities once they graduate from the college.
So off to Grove City I went. The day came and went. I finished. And I'll bet you there were 3 or 4 candidates that I was generally interested in pursuing, which was way above average.
It starts with a partnership, and then it leads to a people that really have a good, solid, and ambitious career in mind, have have thought out a lot in terms of where they want to go with their careers, and they tend to be very good fits for the kind of fabric that we have inside of Bechtel Plant Machinery Incorporated.
If you do research on millennials, what you'll find is, they're not necessarily hardworking. They spend all their time on their iPhones and unsure of their career paths. So what I've found with Grove City students is, they're very prepared. They are hardworking. They have very strong characters, and they have a sense of their self. And it shows in their everyday work habits.
In my 22 years of having the privilege of sitting in the seat, I've never had a new recruiter come to Grove City College and say, "I didn't see what I was looking for today and I won't be back." Every time they say, "You've blown me away," the candidates are some of the best I've ever seen.
The involvement on campus, the activities and clubs and organizations have played an instrumental role in developing me professionally. I've worked in the Career Services office since my freshman year, but I had the goal of going to a Big Four accounting company, and they took whatever steps necessary to help me get there. And from that point on, I attended a summer leadership conference because of my resume being sent, and that was where I received my internship offer, and from my internship offer, I received my full-time employment offer.
So when I got the call that I officially had been, offered employment for after graduation, my stomach dropped, and all of a sudden, I realized, wow, that's real life calling. And my dream of working in the financial services industry finally has come true, and it's been something that I've been working towards since I was a freshman in high school.
Attending Grove City College gave me the confidence to go out into the world and pursue bigger dreams than I ever imagined possible. Currently, I am working at Pittsburgh Magazine as an editorial intern. I was also able to pursue an internship in New York City with CBS News. Both of these were amazing opportunities that allowed me to explore both broadcast and editorial.
I think faith plays a major role, probably the significant role. So that's really a starting point for us. I would say that much of the success in our office is due to the excitement that our students have, that they believe that God has created them uniquely and specially. I think our candidates are successful because they're able to articulate that connection between what the company needs and how they can achieve there, and their design. I think it has everything to do with calling.
When I interview folks at Grove City, there is a faith that is woven into the fabric of their answers. It is who they are.
So what I've seen with Grove City students is, the discipline. It goes back to work ethic, but that's probably more likely driven by their moral compass and their faith.
You have to be very genuine to work at our place. We expect very ethical behavior. We expect transparencies. We expect humility and the ability to admit mistakes, look at your strengths and weaknesses at a very, self level. A faith-based education gets you to think a lot about who you are and who you want to be in life and how you want to make a difference.
I always keep in mind what C.S. Lewis talked about, and when he said that the most extraordinary thing you're going to meet in a given day is your neighbor, the person next to you. All the other things we worry about, whether it's your government or your jobs or all these other pieces, are really temporal, and actually the people are the thing that have the highest value, and that and oftentimes we're unaware of that. So I always try and make sure that's at the front of my mind.
Character, integrity. The marketplace wants those qualities. It does. And I get that kind of feedback on a regular basis. The marketplace is a tough place to be right now. College students graduating from college are going to have 11 to 12 jobs in a lifetime, 4 to 6 career changes. So we're all about teaching lifelong strategic job search skills. I think we're doing that in a variety of different ways.
Whether it be career services, whether it be professors, or whether it just be the type of students that come to Grove City, there are so many people here that want to push you and see you become the best you that you can be. That's something that I absolutely want to take with me to Vanguard and just my career, hopefully in financial services, is that I want to be one who really looks out for my coworkers and really looks out for people that I'm working for.
There's so much of a need of people acting with integrity and honor in the workplace.
I want to be an example. I want to be an example as a Christian, as a professional, as a believer in Jesus Christ.
One of my first internships was in healthcare information technology, and I knew next to nothing about information technology and even more nothing about healthcare. And so it was really amazing that I was able to say, okay, I'm going to jump into this, and there are people that knew a lot about it, but because of the tools I was given through Grove City, I was able to make up for ground very quick.
We look for versatility in an individual. An individual is willing to take on some different assignments. So I know of one particular Grove City graduate in the mechanical engineering area who's now working in our information technology area, and he is working on a very significant new business system that we're developing. And he has really had nice versatilities, but he's willing to take on a task where he has to learn. And when you really change your career path a little bit, you have to be humble enough to step back and say, what do I need to learn? How do I need to lead this effort?
But what I've found with the Grove City students is just the willingness to just jump in and learn. And I think that's a big attribute, just being able to pick up information quickly and be able to understand it and be able to present it back in a quick process.
I am also in the process of launching a new company. I needed 2 really, really smart kids. Do you want to ask me where I went to hire the 2 people in this new company? They're both Grove City graduates. One's working for Microsoft and the other is working as a consultant. So we meet every Friday via Google+. We have so much to say about our Grove City experiences, but they are the 2 people I went to when I wanted to make sure that I had the best skills for this new company that I'm launching.
Their design, their transferable skills, their passions, interests, their aptitude. We walk them through a 4-year process that I think profoundly prepares them for the marketplace. Our students are doing exceedingly well to realize what they've learned here in regard to a Christian World Life perspective and move out into the marketplace and make a difference.
You come into college thinking that you know everything. You come into college thinking you have it all together, but really you're just starting.
I'll give you this one little anecdote. The Grove City candidates that I hired and trained are still with the company today. Now, why does that matter? Because the largest pharmaceutical company in the world went from 15,000 sales associates to less than 5. It was a bloodletting. But I'll tell you one thing. Every one of the folks that I hired is still with the company. And they are successful, award winners, and promoted. And it's a huge honor when I touch base with them to just see them growing and having an impact everywhere they touch. And by the way, these individuals are also heavily involved in community and their church. So they're not just success-oriented people. They understand that success in life is 360, not one-dimensional.